Hello, Flosstube. I am back and I've got a bunch of stuff to show you. I'm really excited about all this stuff actually. So let's get into it. I have a start. Anyone who watches Blimey Cat Stitches might recognize it. I bought a turtle kit from her and I've started. It's in green and purple. And I'll show you the rest of the stuff that came with it later when I do my haul. But that came in. And then blue-haired girl, I have a page finish, everybody. I'm so excited. This is the last really big page, although there are some fairly extensive ones later. But ta-da! Look at that. So the page that I finished is up here. So I finished a lot of her face. And I started the next page, which is down here. I always used to sew in rows, but I decided to try doing it one color at a time, and it seems to be going a lot faster. I highlight the color on my pattern in one color and then highlight it again in another as I do it. And I think it's faster because I'm not looking for stitches and deciding where I'm going. I'm just going along. And hey, check it out. I've got a needle minder. There's a preview of my haul. All right. So that's my blue-haired girl page finished. There's still, a ton left to do. But some of the pages are really, don't have very many stitches on them at all. So that's not too bad. Okay, and then an actual finish. A unicorn for the nursery because I feel like it's missing one. It needs another one in that collage. And I backstitched it in silver, which was not actually part of the pattern, but I wanted it to stand out a little bit better against the white fabric. So there's that. And before I get into haul, I have some questions for you all. So when do you do white? Do you do white first or do you do white last? Because I was thinking you'd want to do white first, so then when you're running darker colors behind it, the darker colors won't show through. On the other hand, do you do white last so that it will hopefully not get dirty? I mean, I'm thinking about this mostly for the blue-haired girl because there's a lot of light and dark colors, but I'm going to be washing her. So does it really matter if the white gets a little dirty? I don't know. So let me know what you do. Or do you just kind of do it in the middle or whenever you feel like it? Let me know. I am interested. And my next question is also a little bit of a rant because the conversion from the Canadian dollar to the US dollar kills. This isn't Blimey Cat Stitch's fault, and I don't want her to feel bad about this at all, but man, when I placed the order and it told me what it was going to cost in Canadian dollars, I really better like that pin cushion is really what I'm getting at, because man, ouch. So Canadian suppliers who Etsy websites, is there a Canadian equivalent to 123 Stitch? I doubt it, but maybe. And also just general, I'd like to meet some Canadian Flosstubers. So yeah, Canadians, let me know who you are, where you buy stuff from. I actually found out I have a local-ish needle workshop. It's about an hour away from where I live. Which I guess isn't that bad. And they actually have, everything. Except they're really into samplers, so they don't have a ton of non-sampler patterns. And they actually have the few Country Cottage needleworks that I've been planning to start. They don't have any of the patterns that I want. They have tons of Country Cottage, but not the charts that I'm actually interested in, go figure. And they didn't have any other charts that were on my wish list when I went there. So I just got supplies. Yes, so let's get in. Speaking of, let's get into my haul. I I got a frame! I got a frame! My dad bought it for me because it was my birthday on February 3rd and he took me shopping. Well, his wife watched my baby and I could shop in peace and look at everything and not feel like I was in a rush. Hooray! Anyway, I was planning to put the blue-haired girl on the frame with very loose tension since I've been stitching her in hand. But I didn't get wide enough dowels. Oops. So, since my dad bought the frame for me, I'm planning to do a birthday order. I was waiting for my Stitchybox to come in so I could make sure I didn't, duplicate anything. So I'll get wider dowels when I do that. I did find a Canadian supplier. They just don't have that great of a selection. Although they do have the country cottage that I wanted, that my LNS does not have. So I got my frame. And I got a couple pieces of floss. They're the same. It's Weeks Dye Works in Ultraviolet. Because I'm planning to do a wine piece. I don't know. It's one of those kind of tribal wine glasses made out of a bunch of different shapes. And it called for 2 DMCs. Or 2 skeins of DMCs. So hopefully this will be enough. But while I was at the LNS, I saw another color called Amethyst that I also really liked. It's purple, but it has a little bit of green in it. So I think I might order a couple of those when I do my belated birthday order and see which one I like better. I don't mind having extra ones. I want to slowly build up my stash, hence Stitchybox. Okay, so that's from my LNS. What else did I get? Yeah, I got the needle minder, which I showed you, and I got bowen needles, which I like how smooth they are, but they're really sharp, and I keep poking myself with them. And that's great for doing, I do pin stitches a lot on blue-haired girl, and that's great for getting in there, and it's great for weaving them in the back, but I'm finding it kind of not totally great for Ada, because I keep poking it through the wrong part of it, and I found a duller needle was easier, so I don't know. Do they come in dull varieties? Because the one I have says avec point, which means with point. As far as I know, there's actually not very much English on these, which is interesting. Because, yeah, there's no English on them, which I think is not actually legal to sell things in Canada that does not also have English labeling. Maybe that's only for food. I don't know. Anyway, so there's that. And then, right, I will show you what came with the turtle that I got from Brittany at Blimey Cat Stitches. I also organized all my patterns in a binder. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So, it's all black and white, which is fine. I prefer my charts in black and white. And I just put everything in one of these little page protectors to keep it organized. It came with instructions with hand-drawn pictures, which, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I don't think that will be a problem. It came with a piece of felt to line it with. And it came with crushed walnut shells to fill it with. And of course, the best part, the part that I paid rather exorbitant conversion rate for, is, I think they're quite reasonably priced in American dollars, but yeah. It's the pieces. Here's its head. I really like, they came in lots of different colors. I chose green and purple. It was a tough decision, let me tell you. And it's got feet. Well, it's got 4 feet. So 2 of those bigger ones and 2 of these smaller ones. And a little tail. Little tail. And of course, it came with a needle. I think it was a bowen needle too. It's very similar to the ones that I just bought anyway. So, you know. And it came with Ada fabric, and she actually sent like twice as much fabric as I'm gonna need. So, you know, that's nice. Anyway, I totally recommend buying the kit, particularly if you are American and don't have to pay a steep conversion. So, oh, and she sent a nice little note. Well, she sent her card. Which, oh, there's a website if you want to get one. It's on Etsy, and she sent a card thanking me for my order, which I thought was very nice. Thank you, Brittany. Okay, so that's my turtle. Sorry, I've got my note on a different device here. Oh, by the way, I'm doing this on my new phone. If you prefer the laptop, let me know. This is just easier than hauling my laptop upstairs, and I don't know. I think the picture might actually be better because this is an iPhone 5, I think. I don't know. Maybe it's a 4, but my father-in-law gave it to me because my old phone is forked. And I was using a flip phone for a while, the horror. Anyway, tangent. All right, so Turtle, LNS, and Stitchybox. And of course, I'm late to the party because I'm Canadian and it takes long. I actually thought it would be longer since I just saw people's Stitchyboxes like the last few days, but I ordered the 2 smaller pieces, which I don't know, they're pretty small. So maybe I'll see if I can switch it to the one bigger piece because I'm not sure what you can really do with this, honestly. But what is this? I had a card somewhere that said what this is. Okay, I'm guessing this is 40 count linen in chalice. Chalice from Picture This Plus. It's quite pretty. I mean, it's a nice, fairly neutral background. Don't think I'll be putting my wine glass on it, but it's nice. And then we have Violet Mist, which is a 32 count linen from Witchelt. So this one's a lot stiffer, which I find interesting. And then I got thread. This is silk from Krennic. What color is it? I don't know. Whatever. You've all seen this already, I think, anyways. Use my hand as a background because I'm so pale. It's practically the same thing as a piece of paper, right? And then another skein of silk from Silk and Colors. Forget Me Not. Oh, love it. Love it. I really like purple and blue, which is good considering blue-haired girl. But and then this is cotton. Doesn't have a name. And then here is Valdani hand-dyed in Sweet Violet. And this is another Valdani hand-dyed in Nantucket Rose. I like that too. Actually, that would look nice on chalice. Ooh. Oh. Don't know what I'll do, but boy howdy, I'll do something. Then I've got a couple of big beads. So we've got, how should I show this to you? Got a little butterfly. I think I might know what I'll do with that. And little glass bead. Don't know what I'm going to do with that. Then we've got seed beads. We've got pink, blue, and another blue. And buttons. Those are cute. Don't know what I'll do with them. Okay, so I think that's all of my haul. I think. Let me look around. Yep, that's everything that I wanted to show you. So, how do you guys make hour-long videos? I don't even know. I feel like I say just as much stuff. Maybe I don't, but there's all my stuff. So if you're Canadian or know of places to buy in Canada, or if you have an opinion on when to do your white, let me know. Bye.